it never amazed me that somehow we're finding out new information on the Power Rangers franchise from both parties, Paramount and Disney Plus. For the most part, right? What if I told you that Paramount was the one that bid Power Rangers first? Because we've done videos on this 2 years ago, but then Disney Plus came in and just swept it away. You know what I'm saying? Disney found on Paramount was interested in making a Power Rangers movie and got on the phone with Hasbro immediately. I gotta respect that. So this is what he said. Nothing serious or anything, but it's just Disney Plus or Disney at that try to bet on Power Rangers. But I don't think it was them. I think they're gonna probably no. Wait a second. Actually, it's the platform like Disney Plus. They probably heard what Paramount was about to do with the franchise, and honestly, I would argue that if the same people that made the Percy Jackson franchise were to be attacked onto the project on Paramount, you would know that this franchise would have been back to its glory days. And I've said this 1,000 times, right? But just picture Paramount coming out with a new TV show. Because Paramount has like what? The Knuckles TV show and all the other spinoffs that turn into a streaming series. The Mandalorian Project, which I heard it was good for the most part. Then you got Disney Plus, who owns classic Marvel series, X-Men, Spider-Man. I think they own the Incredible Hulk and Iron Man. I don't know what other Marvel cartoons they have on that platform, but I think they're the ones who are going to be doing Power Rangers better as far as like the producers of the Percy Jackson franchise handling Power Rangers for the most part. So there's no really updates on the cast or whatever, though. We'll probably find out like around April when they start filming in London and Canada for the most part. Someone says that I missed something. Paramount and Disney was in the binding war for Power Rangers. And I didn't even know that they were even doing something like that, because if we would have known all of this back then, we would have probably done more videos on it, because I know there's probably some more information about this, to be honest with you. But the more you learn, the more you know. Someone says the owner of Paramount is a massive MEPR and TMNT fan. He's the 80s and 90s kid. He will get his hands on MEPR soon enough. And that right there is what caught me off guard when I saw this tweet a few nights ago. I didn't even know that the owner was a big fan of both franchises growing up, just like we are. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do with the reboot of Power Rangers. As far as like him growing up with both franchises, and you definitely learn something new every day for the most part. Hey, it's interesting to see. I call cap on this first of all. It says, where did this happen? Shoutouts to King's Let's Play. Hasbro owns Power Rangers, which is why they managed it so badly. Even Neo Saban was better. That's not saying much. I hate to disagree, but it's not. The Neo Saban era was the one that really killed Power Rangers for me and for a lot of people, because it was so bad because of the acting, talking over fighting and stuff. The music was generic. They slightly try to rehash MEPR all the time instead of doing something original. And I think that's what made it so bad in the first place. Samurai was pretty much original as far as like the morphing sequences or something like that. But as for Megaforce throughout Cosmic Fury, they kept the whole It's Morphin Time, Morphin Call, and they couldn't move away from MEPR. The Go-Go Power Rangers lyric is still there. Nothing original. So the Neo Saban era is pretty much not the best era for Power Rangers, in my opinion. The only two eras that we grew up watching is the original Saban and Disney era. And that's it. Hasbro, I feel like they don't know what to do with the Power Rangers anymore, because they put out 3 seasons, Beast Morphers and Down on Fury and Cosmic Fury and MEPR Once and Always, and that's it. And that's why they decided to chicken out. As far as like losing all your employees, selling all of Power Rangers items just to make the money back, and yet they're not making any more toys and producing new shows and whatnot. So, yeah. I mean, no disrespect to you, King's Let's Play, but the Neo Saban era was trash. Sorry. This is making me fear the reboot actually being MEPR. I've been praying for it being something brand new with MEPR elements, which is why they're doing it. It's not MEPR, but it's elements. Red, black, blue, yellow, pink. And hopefully they'll come up with a new theme instead of an original theme. Because if you're trying to do original, let's say like the Titanium Ranger, like that's not really an original thing because we don't know what his powers are. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my biggest critiques that I hate about the fandom is they always want something original. Okay, what you want, a Bioman? Like, it's just powers. What thing? So, just want to point that out there, and I'm not going to stop saying it until everybody hears what I have to say. Nzangu just said it last year, and I'm saying it again for the most part. The Disney Plus project is not a reboot of MEPR, but it's elements of it. And I hope and pray to God they don't use an original thing, because if it's just original, then it's going to be boring and it's going to suck. Y'all been asking for an original project, and if it sucks, that's y'all's fault. So at the end of the day, we did not know that Disney was buying all the Power Rangers from Paramount. But then again, I would have loved to see Paramount take on Power Rangers because the owner is the one that grew up with both franchises. So he should have been one handling this franchise. But instead we got Disney Plus. But at least we have a home now. So that's really all that matters, to be honest with you. We were all looking forward to Paramount's handling of Power Rangers to see what they have in stores for us. But I'm still excited about this reboot overall. So we got like around 2 months of seeing the official production in London and Toronto, Canada. So, what's your thoughts? Let me know.